What's up, family? This is Sensei from Ride Fit Nation, man. Today, I want to just talk really fast about taking your time, getting outside, removing the stress out of your life, right? Right now, I'm over here at Oconee Lake. It's one of the biggest lakes here in Georgia. Absolutely beautiful lake. I used to drive past this lake every time I headed east towards South Carolina. And I always loved it. And then when I first came close to even coming on the lake was when my motorcycle shut off on me in North Carolina, and I dropped my bike off to Bo and Melanie here in Monticello. And then a couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, my brother Cooley from my club, Iron Bread, reached out to me and was like, bro, when you get back from Milwaukee, you and your son, let's go on the lake and go do some jet skiing. Well, I completely forgot that he invited me and Dorian, but I ended up meeting with him and his son out here. I didn't even know there was jet skiing at the time. And that was my first time to literally physically come to Oconee. And then the week after, I was going to take my family out here. And then my mother called me and said she and her friend is going to Oconee. So I ended up coming out to Oconee again. So all these things surrounded Oconee. So here I am today. I got up this morning. I said, you know what? I'm gonna grab my kayak and I'm gonna come out here and kayak. It's my second time kayaking because the last time I came out here, I had my kayak too. But I'm now sitting on top of this deck, and if you can see, I'm moving back and forth, up and down, because I'm on a deck and it's floating with the water. And the more the waves come, it just rocks back and forth. It's so relaxing to me. So I did 3 hours out in the water. The lake is absolutely beautiful. It's something that I feel like many of us, especially men, need to partake in. You know, men, we are taught that aggression is the way of life, and being aggressive and not showing, expressing emotions and not saying love you or stuff like that, or not being able to give a brother a hug it's like taboo, right? It's not a man's thing to do. I don't believe in that. What I believe in is this. I believe that life in itself is a journey. And I believe that life itself can create some amazing outcomes, and it can also create some horrific outcomes. But what we believe every day is what we pray about. I know a lot of people will say they don't believe in prayer, and some people will say they pray. But what is prayer? Prayer is definitely not when you get on your knees and try to talk to the Creator. That's not prayer to me. And this is my perception, right? That's something you were taught. That's what you were told. Fold your hands, submit and get on your knees. No. That's just you talking for a few minutes. The real prayer is what happens every day. It's what you think about every day. If you think broke and broken, unhappy, sad, depressed, anxious, if you think overweight, whatever you think every day, that becomes your prayer. And that is why you stay stuck where you are, because that is what you're praying on. You think about the word praying. I understand what I'm going to give is not P-R-A-Y, this is P-R-E-Y. When an animal prays, is praying on its prey, it stalks it. It consistently follows it. It doesn't just see it and go on attack. It tries to find the weakest link, or when it's at its worst tiredness, or when it's just not doing the best. The animal, the predator, will attack it. It will prey on its prey. That's how your life is. Your life is you need to prey on what you want. Honestly, this is what I practice every day. I keep myself smiling even when I don't want to smile. I keep myself always focused. And if I lose focus for a bit, then that's it. And let me tell you, I will remove that disfocus from my mind and focus back again. How do I do it? I start to gravitate myself towards a higher frequency. We move at a frequency. Our life is not based on stagnance. Our life is just like that river. Like right now, if you notice, I'm more steady right now. The boat, the dock is steady. But when the waves start coming, I'm gonna start rocking more and more. That's life. Life is not made to be smooth all the time. But until we start to get that in our minds and start to use our third eye right here, not here, because these are man-made, that third eye, that spiritual light, and you begin to look at the world in a more exclusive manner, then and only then will your life begin to shift in the direction you want it to shift. Because remember, you manifest what you want. That's what prayer is. You're manifesting what you want. So if you know you're going through something right now, and you keep on thinking about the negative side of that something, then you're wrong. You're gonna stay stuck there. Let me sip my watermelon water. When I feel dead inside, I'm not gonna eat dead food. I'm not gonna eat dead animals. I'm gonna drink and consume live foods. That is like fruits and vegetables. I'm gonna consume that. And yes, there are chemicals in some of these stuff still, and you can argue all that, but it's much more livelier for me at the moment than I am when I'm consuming the dead fish or the dead chicken or the dead beef or whatever it is. And I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just saying that everything comes around the way it needs to come around. And when you connect to that earth, your motorcycle rides become more beautiful. Your sex life becomes more beautiful. Your financial peace becomes more beautiful. Your home becomes more beautiful. The way you dress, the way you think, the way you smile, the way you look, everything around you becomes more peaceful, because now you are beginning to understand the concept of thought. Thought is everything. Thought is everything. Think about this for a second, right? You ever sat there and thought about somebody, and then like 20 minutes later you see that same person, or the phone call might come in and that's the same person you just thought about? Huh? You ever took a test back in high school or in college and was like, man, I'm gonna fail this damn test. I'm gonna get like probably a 60, and you get like a 60? Because you're thinking it. All right, you ever get a pair of white sneakers and notice that every time you get these white sneakers, you get stepped on more often than anything else because you're thinking it. White tends to shine more, right? Or somebody you might not know might get a car you haven't seen in years. It could be a Nova, a Chevy Nova. I haven't seen one of those in years, but somebody get that car, and then all of a sudden you're seeing 10, 15, 20, 30 of those cars now. Because our minds, guys, we collectively begin to open up this subconsciously. But I want you to be able to attack your centerpiece, your center eye, consciously. I want you to be able to see the world for what the world is, and it's beautiful. The media wants you to disassociate from love. The media wants you to disassociate from happiness, from joy, from wealth. It wants you to think broke. It wants you to think hate. It wants you to just be separated from the things you should not be separated from. And those are just the elements. Every now and then I see some fish jumping out of the water. Listen, that's your emotions. Your emotions tend to jump out and go right back in. Let's learn how to control them. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Learn how to control them. And you're gonna see a whole life change ahead of you. You're gonna see a whole life that's gonna move at such a vast speed that abundance is gonna keep on coming your way. Here's my outro for you, the takeaway. When you wake up in the morning, choose 10 things that you're grateful for. And you don't have to stop at the 10. But every day for 30 days, I want you to be grateful. I want you to practice gratitude. Like for me, 10 things is simple. Look at me, show you how easy that is. I'm so grateful to have this cup that was given to me by a client that was gracious enough to have Sensei put on here for my birthday. I'm grateful to have the watermelon and the water available so I can mix this. I'm grateful for the wife that created the watermelon mix for me. I'm grateful for being able to sit out here and look at this lake. I'm grateful for my eyeballs. I'm grateful to be able to see. I'm grateful that I have the ability to use my legs. I'm grateful for my road glide called Beast. I'm grateful for you watching this video. I'm grateful for having the ability to be able to use these earbuds so I don't have to disturb the peace of people around me. I'm grateful for the trees that's providing oxygen. I'm grateful for looking at the homes and recognizing the beauty that goes into the structure of those homes. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my dog. You see, I just named so many things in a few seconds. Practice that. Let me just breathe a little bit. I'm grateful, guys. Then that's what I want you to practice, gratitude. You're going through something right now, you're not going through it by yourself. You ain't going through it by yourself, all right? Leave a comment, email me at ridefitnation@gmail.com. I want to get started with some group chats. If you guys are interested in doing it, this one, I want to get men involved. I want this platform to be for men, though, for the group chats. The group chats, I want to open up a space. Maybe we can do it every Tuesday night or something, every Friday, whatever it is. But we can get together maybe twice a month and just talk about stuff. All right, let's go. I'm out of here. Don't forget, let's get these miles, let's get this money, and let's get this muscle. Peace.